I've just turned 32 and I have a message that I want to share with you because I feel like this is very important. So it's a gift from me to you. This is something that completely changed my life. It wasn't until I started doing this thing that I learned this one important thing that my life started changing. And to be honest, 31, you owe me nothing, baby. You owe me nothing, sweetheart. The past year has been the best year of my life. It has been the very best 12 months of my life. It feels like from last year, June, to this year, June 2025 to June 2026, it has been a year where my hard work has started paying off. The past 12 months felt like it was God, it was the universe rewarding me for everything that I've been through and all the work that I've been putting on because, as I've mentioned, it has been the best year of my life. When I say it owes me nothing, I mean exactly that, which is why I'm sharing this message with you. And if you are somebody who is also in that place, this might be something that is going to be so helpful and it's going to help you change the trajectory of your life, to change your life for the better. I used to be a people pleaser. I never understood who I was and my purpose in this life. So I grew up, I went to primary school and then high school. I was just living because I was breathing. But I didn't know like what was the reason, what was the whole point. I was just existing, but I wasn't really like living. And so it wasn't until I learned something that really changed my life, and that was I am the creator of my own reality. I thought that how? Because my parents never told me that. If yours did, then congratulations to you. Like, congratulations. You are so lucky. I was never told that. I was just told to follow certain rules and just to confirm to whatever it is or the way that I saw people around me living. I didn't know that I can actually take charge of my life. And it wasn't until I did that, especially understanding that, because it took me years to understand what does it mean when they say that you are co-creating with God, with the universe. You are actually the master of your own fate. I thought that we are just in this, I don't know what we call it, and we're just existing. And there's someone out there who is just touching certain buttons and then things just happen. I didn't know that I can actually create the life that I want for myself. For a very long time, I was in the back seat and I was allowing certain people to be in the driver's seat. They were the one controlling my life, controlling my decisions. And that alone has cost me so much. But I always say nothing in this life just happens. Everything happens for a reason. And I think that's the reason that has put me where I am today. Because though I cannot really recall which year it was, I'm having a cupcake. I'm going to have to work so hard. I've been having sugar in the past, like since the beginning of this month. I've been having anything that I wanted to have, and I said I'm just going to work hard in the gym, so we'll see how that one goes, how it plays out. But hey, I'm spoiling myself, and today I think this is the last day I'm having such sugary things. Okay, forgive me. I feel like I deserve it. I feel like I'm allowed to just do this. Okay, I remember very well whom I heard saying such words, that you are the creator of your own reality, that you need to stop allowing people to be in the driver's seat of your life and you take the back seat. because they are going to take you wherever they see fit. So back then I did not have any boundaries. I did not have any boundaries. I did not have any standards. I was just existing. As I'm advising you, that I was just merely existing. And I always wondered why I was not happy as I should have been. And I think my higher self was just talking to me and I just didn't pay attention. But there was something off about how I was living my life back then. And until I heard Oprah saying that you need to get into the driver's seat of your life, you need to take that person who is in your driver's seat, who is controlling you and who is taking you wherever they want you to go, you need to take them out and you need to step in and you need to start directing your life exactly where you want it to. It hasn't been an easy journey. It's not going to be easy. When you start setting boundaries, people are going to be shocked. And this is new. You are now becoming somebody else that they do not know of. And some people are not upset simply because they are shocked. Some, it's because that old version of you, the person you used to be, was serving them. Now that you are changing, the old version of you is dying with all the benefits that they used to get. They know, some of them know exactly what they were doing, taking advantage of you, knowing that you are a yes person, you can't say no. The moment you start saying no, it's like, who are you? Still advising that you need to set boundaries. You need to protect your energy. You need to protect your peace. You need to protect yourself. You even need to protect your mental state. You need to stand guard at your mental factory. Don't allow people to come and dump whatever it is that they want to dump on your mind. Don't allow people to treat your mind like a garbage site where they can just throw in whatever it is that they want to throw. That could be fears, that could be doubts, that could be things that they wanted to do, they failed, and now they're trying to convince you that it cannot be done. Go out and find out for yourself. You're going to need to learn to say no. Say no and do not explain after that. We are so used to saying no, then feeling bad, feeling guilty, and feel like we have to explain ourselves and explain why I'm saying no. Like, no is a complete answer. No simply means I cannot do it. No simply says I can't. Why do you feel the need to say or to explain why you can't do something? It's because there's that guilt. It means that you are at the pinnacle, at the beginning, at the start of setting your boundaries. It's not going to be easy. Another thing that you're going to need to do is to have standards. Set your standards. Have certain principles that you live by. What are your values? What do you value most in life? Not what other people say you must value, but what do you actually value? What do you hold important to you, to your heart? I used to hold certain things that were not mine. And the moment I started holding certain things close to my heart that they were really mine, it became a problem. It's going to cause a lot of friction simply because you are now finding your own feet. You are now using your brain, and people close to you, your family, your parents, don't know what you're doing, don't understand what you are doing, and to them you may come across as somebody who has lost direction. You may come across as somebody who is disrespectful. I couldn't say no to my parents up until I was 28, 29, which was like 3 years ago. Imagine that. couldn't say no. Even if I didn't wanted to do something, I would still say yes, because saying no is regarded as being disrespectful. Why are you saying no to an elder? Why are you saying no to your parents? You no longer respect your parents. Stepping into the driver's seat of your life is going to mean that you now do things that makes sense to you and not to other people, and that is going to be a problem to a lot of people. But until you take charge, until you get into the driver's seat of your life, you are always going to be chasing something, and you're going to wonder what it is that you are chasing, because you are never going to find it, because you don't even know what you are chasing to begin with. You don't even know what you are going after, because you don't know what you want, because you are chasing somebody else's goals. And it wasn't until I said I am tired of living a life that is not mine. I'm tired of living my parents' life, and in a respectful and the most humblest way, I'm not going to do it, because I figured out I was doing what made my parents happy, not what made me happy. And the most saddening thing is that I let some opportunities pass me by, simply because before I can take a decision, I would think of what would my mom say, what would my parent think, are they going to allow me? Going to start slowly, here and there, saying no and setting boundaries, raising your standards a little. And let me tell you, people who have standards, people who have boundaries, they are not going to have a problem with you having all those things, because they understand them. The people that are going to have a problem are people who themselves have lowered their standards. And when you start raising yours, it's like, who the hell do you think you are? It's like, where do you get the courage to do that? And it reminds them of what they could be, what they should be doing, but they chose not to. And now that you are doing it, it's going to be a problem. I don't know who this message is for. This is unscripted. I didn't revise this. I didn't prepare this video. It was just a thought as I was lying down in my blanket. I'm having a picnic, a very beautiful picnic, spending time alone to think, to reflect. I already did that in the morning when I journaled, but I just said, I want to spend this time with me. I want to enjoy my own company and be with me and listen to myself. And right there and then, I had an idea to just put my camera on and just talk to you. And I hope that you're going to find this useful, and you're going to start taking whoever it is who is in the driver's seat, who is driving your life. You take your power back and you start living a life that makes sense to you. To those who are not going to find it meaningful, or whom it's not going to make sense to, that's their story. Just leave them. Because sometimes, I always say, sometimes I don't even understand myself, so why should I try to make people understand why I am making certain decisions, why I am the person that I am, why I'm like this, why I think like this? Because all these things is that as I'm working on myself, as I am stepping into the driver's seat of my life, I am becoming a better version of me, and the same people are getting to experience that better version of me. I hope to see you on my next video.